Bam. All right. So we should be back on the air, all things considering, I'm hoping. Yeah. Hopefully this one will work somewhat decently. Let's see what we got. All right. So, for anybody that didn't catch the last stream, I've just been having a lot of audio issues. I spent like the last few hours trying to fix it and figure out what I could do to keep it from glitching. Because I was making music, and it's glitching so bad that I can't record guitars. I can't fucking sit here and fuck with beats without me constantly getting aggravated. So that just wasn't working. But I hope that we at least got it somewhat manageable tonight. I know that it should be fine for making electronic music on here. I'm hoping to get to recording more live guitars and shit. I hooked up a second camera and all that. Liam, yeah, what else is new, Venom? Yep, shit getting fucked up. If there's anything that can go wrong, I will find it. What I think most of the problem I'm now having is my computer's, I think, reached the limits of what it can do. It's 7 years old. At the time, I spent, $1,200-$1,300 at least for it, which, one of the biggest expenses I've ever made in a single purchase. Still, I don't got a lot of money. You could call my car like that, but really, I only spent a couple grand on my car because, that was the down payment or whatever, was a couple grand. That was years ago. My new car only cost a couple grand. Point is, I didn't want to have to update my laptop, and I can't at this moment. I can't update shit. So we're dealing with what our limits are. But I'm hoping I can get through this. I just want to be able to record some guitars and shit. It's just some short loops, apparently. Before right now, it seems like I'm gonna have to upgrade before I can show full music mixes of like multiple guitars and drums and all that shit. But it is what it is, because there's nothing more frustrating than starting to record something and it glitch out in the middle of a good performance, and you're like, well, why the fuck am I doing this shit? So I had to change every setting in my entire computer, so all the audio settings have now been set so they're now at the same frame rate and bit rate or whatever. Had to change all the OBS settings, had to change all the Fruity Loops FL Studio settings. So just a lot of this and that. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that most of it is going to be just the limits of the computer. So till we can update that. Liam, had the same issue recently myself. Audacity fixed it all. I like Audacity. I use Audacity, and I'm sure maybe if I was a little bit more tech savvy, maybe I could. My whole thing is I don't want to spend a lot of time fucking with the computer to do these streams. I want it as easy as possible. It took a little bit for me to set up the way I like to do it. But it is what it is. I think ASIO for all was my issue. So I also have an external audio interface. That's where you plug in all the jacks. It converts it into something your computer can read through the USB cable. I have a Steinberg, but it's also 10 years old at least. And I'm like, you know what? It's just outdated. It's very quiet. I noticed that the output to my monitors when I plug it into, I also have a huge, what the fuck? Can't even think of what I have. God damn it. But it's a 8 input audio interface. Huge ass one. When I hook up my monitors, that thing, they pound. When I hook it up to this little 4-channel Steinberg, they're super quiet. I can max my volume in this room. It's not too crazy. So I use the Steinberg as my what is that? That's your audio interface, but it's called something like ISO for all. FL has its own input MIDI jack kind of thing going on. I don't know. But yeah, if I look here, it's the under my audio settings. So your device. So yeah, I'm using the Yamaha USB ASIO from Steinberg or whatever. So it's a Yamaha, which I bought it because everyone said, "Oh, Yamaha, great stuff. That's what you want to buy." And it's done well. But first off, I don't think audio interfaces are that important. And second off, for some reason, it's super quiet. All right, so Liam, yeah, me too. A Newmark external sound card. Well past its sell by date. Yes, all my shit's just super old. I'm sure back in the day this would have been good, but I'm live streaming it too. It works just fine if I'm not live streaming, but as soon as you add that extra fucking huge load of fucking processing power, it's this computer's not great. It's a HP Hewitt, whatever, HP, and like I said, it's got to be. I think it's on year 8 now, so it did really good for a long time. We are still dabbing a whole bunch of rosin pressed out by my good friend. So cheers. Let's get a good dab in and see what happens. Woo! There we go. If you get a new PC, use one as a dedicated stream system, which would be cool. I I don't know. I just don't know when or how that's gonna happen, but I have a lot of ideas and wish lists and shit like that. It wouldn't take me too many projects working with people to afford another cheap computer. I'm sure if I threw $2,000 at a computer, I'd be well set. If I threw $2,000 at it today, I'm hoping. I wish I could get more stuff, but what are you gonna do? One of my big goals is to start doing more music production for other people and spreading community. I think community is the biggest thing for me. I just like people and I want to spread other people's stuff, have my stuff spread to them. That's how that shit works out. So, you know. But let's close this thing that you can't even see. All right, so we are going to switch seats here and see how this works. And boom, boom. Hopefully we have switched over. And yes. Now we're over here. So, new second angle of the room. Thought that would be neat. And you can see we got cat number 1. Ugh. Cat number 2 curled up in his little spot over there. So we got the kitties here. All right. So let's. Yeah, some behind the scenes. You finally get to see the other side. You can see the grow room. I have a little grow room behind us, so always weed right there, bongs, cats, more guitars, basses, so on. Computer, my keyboard's right here. So if I wanted to, we could show keys, even though they're not hooked up at the moment. Turn them on. There we go. Oh, usually helps to have this here, so we can go back into FL. We can open up, maybe some creepy. What we got? Something like that. It's nice to have it. I guess we can move this here so I can actually still see some stuff. Okay. Yeah. So this is always fun. What do we got? Always fun. But today we are looking more at something like this. So I was hoping to do something a little faster, like 155. Let's go ahead and add some hats right away. One thing just for timing, rather than put on the click like this guy. I'm not super into the click if I can avoid it. So, especially if I'm trying to turn this into something different, maybe like a trappy metally thing, I'll fill it in everything like that, and I'll do my standard layout of like a skeleton of a song. You know what I mean? So let's take that away, add this in. So I like that better personally. If I had to pick between that and this, I'll choose something that I'm going for later. So one nice thing about doing music here is I can do something like that. That's nice and fast and pumpy. And so we are going to grab a guitar. Oh, see how that works. Start glitching on me. Something like that. So I'm fucking around. Let's go for something like that. I also don't want to spend too much time, because if it starts glitching on me, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit and just be like, well, this is fucking stupid. We'll put down the guitar if that happens, and just work on other stuff for today until I can figure it out a little better. So. Doing those inverted, getting me all mixed up. All right, so let's just see if we can get one recorded for now. All right, so, oop, I guess I gotta pick the right channel. So no, we want to go to channel 17. Now we should be able to do this. It's always the first one that gets me, because once I'm in a rhythm, I get it. That and that right there is switching back. All right, let's try again. Ah, it's 16 bars, huh? Guess I don't have enough. It's all right. That one wasn't feeling great anyway. So here, so let's add that. Hopefully, I'm not doing some weird 3/4 stuff or something. I'm not realizing it. Okay. I might cut out that last bit. Let's see how that sounds. Cut out last bit of it. Fuck that. Who knows? Let's give it a quick listen anyway. See what we got. Already fucked up. Alright, so ideas there. A little better execution. It is really hard. I got a bad lag going on, so it's very loud here in my ears. So I need that down. Alright, let's try that. Oh well, I think I got it. Let's see if I can remember that for one loop, huh? So much easier than writing an actual song. Yeah, at the same time, getting it right when you just learn it can be a bitch. When you learn a song, you're probably playing it for days and weeks. So, oops. Let's freak out the computer just for fun. That's exactly what I need to do right now. That's shit. Alright, so we need. There we go. Need that. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, let's try that Fuck. Watch that be closer. Funny enough. Let's see how fucking fucked up I did that one. That's hilarious. That one looks good. Let's see if it links. With no click, no nothing. Yep. It's funny that that got closer. Alright, so what we need to do is just double this. Because I'm usually better on my second take, so to save us all a little bit of time, let me just probably keep my second take, I guess. Alright, so let's go back into gear. Leave that little take. And we'll try again. Oops. There we go. Alright, so now we can go do some cutting really quick, turn this down, and at least listen to it. Because that one felt good, the second one felt good. So if I cut that, hopefully cut that, delete those, and then bring everything to the left, and delete that. Hopefully this is a good loop. We'll know here soon. It's not bad. And the last one sucked. Sounds a little choppy. Let's hear how that first set sounded. Fucked it up right off the bat, so guess we're gonna try this again. I was not super happy with that. Sometimes you get it in one take, sometimes you don't. A lot of little triplets going on. I guess I just fucked it up. So should be. Didn't even get the second one in. Alright, let's try with it. This one's gonna get frustrating, isn't it? Put too much thought into it. It's also hard too when I'm shifting my hands a little more than I should. All right. Fuck. Let's get this. forget how to play the thing. So, not sure. Yeah, it's very thin. Sounds like I need to do another layer, which really suck. So let's give it a shot. Well, we got it. All right, let's go for the double layer because it sounds better layered. I got it once. It only took me a few tries. It feels like it's forever and ever if it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 takes, but takes. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they're only doing this whole song for like an hour. I should be a little easier on myself sometimes. All right, so I'm not a. It's nice when you record really good people. I'll say that. All right. Let's see how those link up. So what we'll want to do is put one of these, if it works, which I don't know. We'll see. Oh, so those are way off. What's going on here? So you'll see that these are really pretty clean, but this one's a little fucked up, and then this ending's really fucked up. Not great. You want these to look identical, as close as humanly possible. And then we'll take one and we'll switch it to, what is it, 18. We'll take 18 and pan it about 75% left. We'll take 19, pan it 90, 75% right or so. And we'll put this second one on 19. By doing so, they'll blend them together, and it creates this big effect. Most all metal you'll ever hear is this double, quad, however many times, but left and right playing. So it should thicken up that sound a lot. The only problem is 76 and 76. All right, it was a little sloppy. You can really hear any differences in the two when you split them hard. So. right. So eventually we can add some type of solo or something. I wouldn't mind something different, and eventually I wouldn't mind having it. Something stupid. Alright. So, one thing we need to do is get some bass in there. So, let's not spend too much time fucking around. Go to a clean channel on my thing. So, what I'm mostly doing right now is... Oh, is that what the fuck I was doing? Huh. Something sounds a little funky. Hold on. Was I recording this with the fucking treble all the way down? So that's fine. What I'm recording into right now is the, it's a Harley Benton DNA effects pedal, some shit like that. Alright, so. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and put it to clean. Turn it down. Unplug, and we are going to pick up the old bass. Oh, should take a dab after all that crap, but let's go ahead and smoke it. Alright, let's play this one. That shouldn't be as hard. There. Why am I getting I need to work on the output jack of my bass as well. not feeling the fast bass part. So let's do something slow. Maybe a little. We'll see. All right. Something like that. Let's hear how that turned out. Turn this to 20. We'll start a new bass track. We'll label all these, but it's hard to do all that over here. So. Enough for what we're dealing with. Alright, so we're going to go back over here and we will flip over. There you are. Alright, so undo that. Alright, so we are working on some stuff. But we need to smoke some stuff first because I'm officially not thrilled with what we're working on, but that's okay. We'll see how it ends up. This was a big test tonight. I didn't even know if I could record on the guitar at all while working all this other shit. And then ended up being a little bit more than I probably should have, in the sense it should have been even more plain if I was dealing with any problems. But that's okay. Let's fucking see what it does. I still like... It might not sound quite as much like this as I thought. In the end, we'll see what we can evolve it into, I should say. We are smoking some very purple runts tonight. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. That shit is purple. So, that doesn't always mean great. It does always mean pretty. In this case, it's extremely pretty. It's cool to look at. So let's go ahead and, what are we doing? Let's roll one up. If I can find my papers. Oh, open your fucking eyes. Alright, there we go. There we are. Let's get a crutch from out of here, and we will roll up. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. I know that this is a different show than what I normally do, in the sense that we're doing some musics. Hopefully that turns out and we make something cool. If not, we can always just start over and make something else a little more suited to the evening. Hey, all right. Roll one up. See what we got. All right, so one thing that we need to do is figure out what notes we are playing in. So I'm not in the mood for thinking. So let's go ahead and grab that bass. Let's go ahead and there it is, 17. So what we can do is go to our G tuner. So we'll open up tune. Here, all right, which I should have done to begin with to make sure the fucking thing is in tune, which I did not, and it was out of tune. How? Ooh, it's really out of tune. So I need to record this over again because it was out of tune. All right, so I had a feeling, but we went with it. All right, let's try it one more time here. Now it's fucking glitching on me. Awesome. Alright. Must have hit my input jack recently. I knew it was kind of fucked up. This is not good. At least I know it's the bass. This is the first bass I ever really owned. Come on, it's just need it tightened up just a little bit in the input jack. It's also the only bass I have set in C. Oh, alright, well, come on. You piece of shit, you gotta be kidding me. Usually I can kind of move it around and it's fine. Gotta be kidding me. I can feel it in there. Come on. Well, this bass seems like it's not gonna work. There we go. Let's try this one, huh? All right. I don't know if I'm feeling those triples though. Let's just do some simple bass work. Closer. I kind of feeling that better. Right. Kind of cool slide in, but. There we go. Oops. That should be okay. Let's hear it. Put it onto number 20, I believe. Kind of an odd one. Tricky Dicky. I can rock with that. It's different. I'm not in love with it, but we still got a long way to go. It was just something I pulled out of my ass really quick, so we'll see how that works. All right, so what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. What we're going to do is look at our notes in this. So first off, C. If my fucking bass will even play. Lots of setbacks on little shit today, huh? Now, why is my not getting any? That's interesting. There we go. All right, so we should be C. If this fucking thing will play, and I pull it up and it stops. So we might have to get rid of this fucking. Why is this out altogether? That's freezing on my computer now. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's unusual. So now I'm dealing with my computer freezing, the bass fucking up. So not my best day here. Alright, so. Alright, so should we see. Ooh, why is it freezing every time I pull up my G tuner? Never happened before. Weird. Of course. So let's try that again. No, it's freezing every time. Well, that is a new one. So we can just do it the harder way. So we need to figure out our notes. So we're in C. And then, right? Wait, is that what we're doing? Yes. God, man, everything's on the verge. All right, so C. What is that? Where's my cheat sheet I should be looking at too? We could go C, B, A sharp, A, G sharp. Believe should be it. All right, anyway, we need to start doing that. So we'll go to our 808. We'll start with our C. So C, there we are. Okay, now what did I say? G sharp. Sounds right. And then what? G. E, right? Something like that. So go down 3 semitones from there, and we're at 1, 2, or F. F, that's it. I should know that one. All right, so F. Back up to here. Then Q up, and then here. So that's basically it. Obviously not at those times, but now we can start fucking with stuff and making it all fit. So let's get rid of this stupid bass that's been fucking with me. One of the many things I need upgraded. Although I have tons of basses, I just wanted to use that one. So we are going to open up some timings. So first off, let's put that out of the way. Yep, it's all the way to there. So there's 1, 2. So here we are. Now we actually want to take this and get rid of our second one. Oops, pattern. And we are going to get rid of pattern 2. There we go. All right. Now we can go back into here. That one. What is it? Sounds like this one might be halves or some shit like that. Something like that. All right, so I don't know why that dropped my. I don't know why that went so low. It's kind of weird. Huh? What did I do? It dropped My notes. Hello. That was interesting. I think there's a way to actually control those. I just didn't mean to do. Yeah, so those should be at that. So all that got shifted down, which didn't sound bad. I might actually switch it in the future. But that's how I wrote it. All right, so there's that. There's that. We now have... Where is it? There it is. So we want to start cutting this up. Sounds like those. Want those there, there. Stuff like that. All right, so now kind of weird. That's only okay. There they are. So we want to completely fill that 2 steps. All right, bam, all the way to the end. Cool. So we will start adding the rest of these as well. So right here, here, oops, and here. So we got a 16 bar medley this time. Why did that keep dropping? I don't know. I don't understand why it's doing that. What I've done to make it do that, I don't understand. Normally it's at 4s. Now it's at 6 for some reason. Something really weird happened there. Alright, so what we're going to do is mess with all the settings. See, Control R, and you'll see we can just go and change our levels, velocitor, shit like that, you know. Yeah, cutoff frequency, filter resonance, our pitch. So when we do stuff like that, so there's that. But I kind of did more than I was going to. But we will drop some of these out. Do some of these into rolls. Start with that. Double. Starting songs. Oh, something like that. Something like that. All right, let's go ahead and record some of that. Oops, guess we should start at the beginning. Let's delete that. All right. Something like that. Let's hear how that sounded. So one thing we can do is we can take these two things, and we need to start labeling these. These are our left and our rights. We are disabling these from the master. We're actually going to turn these. Let's go ahead and move this one right. This is our bass. So we should name these real quick at least. So bass. Oops. Got my caps lock on. Bass. This should be our left, guitar right. So those are things you need to do. Is start labeling shit, and that will help. It helps me out a lot. All right, so icon. Let's go ahead and give those little guitar guys, because those are fun. Blaze up a joint. Let's see what we got. All right, so that's our left or right. So what we did is we disconnected these guys. First off, we doubled our guitar parts, and we're playing them left and right. They're not perfect, so this song's a little rough. It's more of just a fun thing to do right now, apparently. But they're a little off. That's okay. It's more punk rocky, I guess, more hardcorey. But they're a little off. I have panned, but they're essentially the same riff. One's panned 75% left, one's panned 75% right. That gives you a more full sound when you hear them together. But so I don't have to fuck with the volume of each one individually. Rather than having them go to my master channel, I'm actually going to set up a guitar bus right here. So we will, do I have a bus right away? So I could do, right chains, left chains, but I want a bus. But that's okay. So we will just say guitar bus. So a bus essentially is taking a bunch of different tracks all together on a bus and sending them on their way to the master channel together. So there's our guitar bus, and we will give it a little icon of 2 going into 1, because that's what's going on here. We have these 2 going into 1. It's just the way I'm doing it. So now we need to route these into our guitar bus. So now we're on this one. Oops, unmute it. Into it. So now these little chords are going to here, this one is going to here. So that's both our guitars. So now, if I add, and here's our bass, here's our lavs that we need turned up. So this guitar bus now can get added things like, did not mean to add whatever the fuck that was. I was going to say, delete that, add some equalizers. So So another thing we can do is add a something like this Destiny free plugin. This thing it has a lot going on in it, but what we're actually going to do is do a 2-bus glue. So we're actually going to glue some things together a little bit. So let's do that. Now give it a listen. Oops. Yeah, it brings it together. Another thing we could do, if we wanted to, is we could do a stereoizer. Where is that bitch? Stereo enhancer, I believe. Where is this? So stereo enhancer will also separate them more. Where would this be? Stereo expander. That's what we want. So if we wanted, we could get really wide. So I like that little bit of edge. Bass is sounding okay. So one of the things we can add is a BOD pedal, which is always fun. Sweet pedal. So let's go ahead and so with it off. Of course, my computer does not like what's happening. Man, my computer does not like me right now. So it adds a little drive, which I like to take down a little. Let's turn that up a hair. Man. I love that sound it makes. It quiets it down a bit though. See? So that's kind of clean. Panda Cat. It's Frankie. It's everybody. Hey Panda. Hey Frankie. Good to have everybody with us here tonight. This is a rough one so far, but anyway, so this is what that BOD filter adds. A much more clean, professional sound to me. It's freaking out. These pedals are sick DI pedals that it's a clone of an actual pedal that you can hook up, and they're dope pedals. This a DI, which is kind of a pedal. This one is because it has so much going on with it. So because it's a drive too. But this guy is like a $200 DI, and there's a free VST of it. So I take advantage of that. right, so I added just the tiniest bit of reverb because there's a lot of open spaces. It'd be cool to make it do that dun 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 dun. Have the reverb go up dun 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 dun. I just don't feel like editing and making a. I mean, I should. It's not that hard. So what that would be is just adding it right here. So it's an automation. So what we'll do is we could do that, and then I could turn this up back to where I had it, which is too much all at once. But what we'll do, yeah, we'll have to do this. So we can create an automation clip. So that's what this is. And then what we will do is, so we want it off primarily all the time. This is what's controlling this knob here. So you'll see if I turn it up, it should, and then it's just going down. You'll see this knob's just. So that's what is happening here, is we're controlling that. It's kind of hard to see with this white background I put, but I thought it'd be a fun little thing to do. So what we're doing is we will create new clips randomly, and I only want this last little bit to get it. So we'll, oops, you can work with that. So I only want this last bit and to here, and then I want off there. And then this last bit we want it back on, so we'll put it down here, here, until here, and we want it off. That's perfect. That's fine with me. All right, we'll kind of, here we go, right about there maybe. Anyway, so then we want it back on, right there, for these last bits. So the reverb is on during these periods. Let's delete that one and something like that, because I like it like that a little bit more. All right, so let's delete. So we're actually going to make these smoothly fade out, just in case. So there's no clipping at any point should happen, hopefully. So let's go ahead and add one more, because this last one will be the end and we won't need it. I'm kind of looking at my bass tracks, but hopefully this should still essentially kind of work. Okay, because what I need to be looking at for these, I'm setting up my reverbs for these. I was kind of looking at this. So the way I'm looking at it is I just want it on the, yeah, that works. All right, so there, last bit, this needs to come in a little bit. There we go. This one's good. This one needs to come in. Let's do it like that. And let's do one more here. So here, here, and here. There we go. So if I solo out just the guitars now and the automation clip. So what I've done is I've only created reverb happening when there's a blank spot in the guitar. So dun 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 dun. So it's dragging out that sound. Oops, now it's not working. I was gonna say now it's on. Okay. You can see it over here. It's a little rough. I wish my guitar takes were better. I could always redo those and just replace them because something's fucked up right at the beginning there. But whatever. It's not perfect. Down there. Alright, so started fucking with those. We can add more stuff. So let's go ahead and drop the guitars for a second. It's really out of tune, making it really hard. All right. What else we got? Let's see if we can't do a more traditional piano. Alright, so something like that. Zeus just got back from the shop. Got some galactic sauce. Sounds good. Something like. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday indeed. We are smoking on some purple runts. Technically, it's just runts, but when you look at the stuff, it is purple. So, purple runts is what I'm calling it. This song has been a bit frustrating, although it's sounding a little bit cooler now. It's the guitar parts that were fucking with me. I'm getting a really bad lag, recording, streaming, doing everything all at once. I also rushed it a little quicker than I should have, because it was kind of getting frustrating because of all that. So I'm like, you know what, let's just go with it. Fortunately, I know the riff in my head. It's pretty simple. And once I map it out like we did, it's there in the beat, so I can always look it up. This 808 has the exact pattern pretty much. It's C, G sharp, F, G sharp, A sharp, C. That's the progression. G, F, back up to G, G, A sharp, C. So that's pretty much it. So now, if I want to, I could always go back and just figure it out. It takes me a second to be like, oh, okay, yeah. Especially since I'm tuned to C instead of E, so it shifts everything down, but it gets okay. Jesus, beat sounds pretty dope. It sounds okay without the guitars. Hate to say. Add those guitars and bass back in. So we need something that works with that. So let's go ahead and copy that, paste it here. So let's get something, I want something that has a little more of that edge to it to mask some of the guitar. Problem is everything's going super fast because I'm at 153, which is a really fast thing, even though the beat is at half speed. So it's at like fucking like 80. So alright, so that's just hidden back there. This guy, we could always use a new something. Maybe one of these like attacky leads. I hate some of these synthy sounds, but let's see what it does. Thinking that this can just be really subtle. Let's even take that out. Brutality sounds cool. Let's do something like that. Can't really add too much more to this, unfortunately, it seems. Everything's just kind of blocking itself out. So we might just start working on this a little bit and then calling it good, and I'll fuck with it later. I wouldn't mind starting something new. Is this the beginning? Well, that's also the fucked up thing too, is I'm way over here. Alright. So everything's a little loud. Let's turn everything a little bit down so I can actually hear what's going on. Labs. Let's go. Fucking computer loves me today, I'll tell you that. So let's get something like... Why? Cowbell. I like something more shaky than I have. Not that shaky. Let's get something going. Got the puppy here. That's always good. Got puppies, 3 cats, all sleeping. Don't blame them. Got that puppy who looks like she just woke up from a nap. Also, don't blame her. Let's go ahead and dab some of this awesome tropical blizzard my friend made for me. It's got some buttery texture. You just wrapping yourself up in my corner. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Hop, hop. You are tying yourself in a knot. There you go. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Nope. She's out of here. All right. Let's take a dab of this tropical blizzard. Definitely one of the terpiest strains I've ever grown. Maybe not the... And some of the biggest. It's a big plant. It gets big. You want to hop up? Hop up? Hop up? Hey, not you. Hey. Wrong kitty. Wrong kitty. All right. There we go. There you are. That works. Okay. Well, try to be as gentle as I can. I woke up everybody. Now everybody's like, hey, how's it going? All right. So, cheers. All right. Try to blow away from the kitty. But we are now adding some kick. Although, usually, I like to keep my patterns only 8 bars long, not 16, even if my melodies are. So, but we'll make it work. It's not like my drum's too extremely complex at this one, so. Let's go ahead and take out some things so I can hear them just a little bit better. Come on. Something like that. And then this one I'll roll into, kind of like I'm doing with all the others. Oh, it's Kenzie. Only in for a quick sec. I No, I keep missing you. I figured I'd say hi to everyone. Well, hello. Very good to see you, Kenzie. Uh, I have been trying to get back. There's been a lot of drama, obviously, with the channel, but I figured can't go wrong hanging out and making music if I'm in here fucking around anyway. So, and I'm learning a lot about how far I can push this computer. I'll say that. Very good to see you, Kenzie. Hopefully, all is well. We should smoke a little hash. See, now I have done this many times. So, what I could and should do is now that there's a rhythm and an actual drum beat and a feeling, because that's what gets me playing good. You have to lock into that, right? Yeah, Liam, Kenzie. I could go back and re-record all those guitars. It also sounds very thin for some reason. Not that it hurts the song; it doesn't need like super brutal guitars, but something sounds like I did not record it right. I was there was something sounds a little off. I will say that. So, but we will fuck with that later or whenever. I could always just re-record these guitars. So that if you ever hear the song, maybe I'll show what happens with it. It might end up sounding extremely different than what it sounds like right now, and that's because I re-record some stuff. Again, if it's just in my head, I'll forget that riff. I wrote that riff in like 30 seconds, so it's not like I know it. It's not like it's some super thought out thing. I kind of liked the chord progression of what it is, or the series of notes that it is, which I don't even know what scale it adhered to. It wasn't going to what I thought it was. So, eh, been a long time, says Liam. The weed unites. Uh, Kenzie, I do have some hash. I'll take a quick hash bowl hit. Taking a quick break from an Adderall cleaning spree. Oh, Jesus Christ. Never done Adderall, but I heard it described enough times as legal, like, meth that I'm not interested. Hey, honey, yeah, you want to back up just a touch so we can smoke some hash? No, she says. She says, no, I refuse to back up or move in any sense. You just have to deal with the kitty. That's just life now. I still can kind of sneak in there. Anyway, so I have my sweet hash pipe here. We're going to load up some old school hash that I'm smoking on because I enjoy it. Probably my favorite thing to smoke is this Tropical Blizzard. It's the same as the dabs I just took, except for this is old school pressed hash. And again, this is arguably my favorite thing to smoke. Definitely my favorite thing, probably worldwide, to smoke at the moment, because there's not much of it, and it's very homemade and special to me at the moment. So, there we go. And it's quite impressive as well. So, let's go ahead and scoot you back just a bit. Can you go back just a bit? She says, no. You can pet me back just a bit. All right. The cats are not having it. Kenzie, I got a little hash on top of a bowl of Cindy 99. Well, here's Ziggy, too. He had to jump in on this. So here's Ziggy. Smells like a clean kitty. That's a clean cat. There. All right. Man, you guys are making it really hard to smoke this bowl of hash, but they wanted to say hi to you, Kenzie. So, got the kitties, and I have a new kitten. If you haven't seen the kitten, there is a kitten in the house too. A little, tiny, small kitten. Fucking 3.5-month-old kitten. So, here's to you guys and all your little... Yeah, thank you. You guys are making it hard. Cheers. Yes, there's a little cricket. Little cricket is in the house now. So, cheers to you guys and all your little furry loved ones. Here's a bowl of some really nice hash, some tropical blizzard hash. So, cheers, everybody. Ziggy says hi. Mm. Yeah. Right now, the hash I made was just great. Ex extremely. Oh man, extremely pleasant. Very flavorful, even when you're coughing, which is nice. Woo! All right, let's match these doubles. Let's do some rolls right here because I see a roll right here. We'll put one right here, and oops, didn't mean to do that, but let's do a roll, oops, to the end. No clue how that one will sound. All right. Liam, just realizing that's what brought us all to your channel, probably. Hash making. You're not wrong. And that video, the advice in it was sound. The material I was using made it look like I didn't know what I was doing a little bit. But that's okay. Enough, huh? Let's lengthen those. Let's bring it almost. Just barely fucked with everything. Alright. So we want to chop up some stuff now. So chop that up, because that's right. So I want that one. Not the one before, so there we go. So chop this one up. Alright. Chop this one up. So, that doesn't sound terrible. I want to do some pad. So let's do let's try the ambient. How's that sound? Yeah. Alright, so let's copy the bass notes, put it to the pad. Let's lift it up. So just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and scratch that bitch up. do something like that. That seems fun, huh? So it's up high, but so what we're going to do is we're going to record. We're going to pick everything. And that should, if I'm not mistaken, put an automation clip of what we're going to be doing. So let's record everything. Go back to our mixer. Go back to our gross beat. This is our turntable. And we'll start it up and record. Oh, did I do something wrong there? I should have changed my automation, but that is not an automation, that is a recording. So normally, let me see something here. I did that same thing, and I fuck with like that. And stop it. What am I doing wrong here? Automation, yeah. So I want my automation is what I'm trying to record. Let's just do notes and automation. Maybe I'm fucking that up there. Okay, so let's go back to here, gross beat. We're doing it kind of random. I'm just kind of pretending I'm scratching. See if that even worked. So, I do see it. There it is. Okay. So it's inside of here. You can kind of see it going up and down, and that should be, I believe. Yeah, only one way to find out. Let's make sure it's doing what we want it to do. Yep. Now I'll jump to there. So that's how we're scratching in these days and ages. Let me go ahead and bring this back. Cancel. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this one more time now that I know what I'm doing. Just need to make sure that the automation, it's an automation. So we're going to start it empty. And then we'll just switch it around, and that will be our scratches. Empty. Something like that. See how that worked. And see these little bars. So if we zoom in super big, see these little pink bars here? That's what I had the automation. This is when it's off, up here, down there. So that's awesome. So that is inside of right here. It's going to be one of these guys. I'm guessing it's... No, that's Convoy. That's that one we made. Not 100% sure where it's at the moment, but we'll figure that out. So let's start turning on our musics, 808s, and hear how we're sounding. So let's shut this down. And oh, maybe it's just not in there yet. Here's my automations. I think I need to separate everything into the channel first, but getting a little ahead of myself. All right, so take off recording. Not bad. All right, so what we will do now is we need to do some organizing. Before we do all that, let's go ahead and save as, which is going to be our 86th, yep, 86th project. No, 87th. Again, we're just doing a lot of seeing how far we can push this computer, pretty much. Let's see. So now we are automated. We are scratched up. We need to name some stuff. So that's what we're doing. So let's drop these down here to our empty tracks. So that's guitar left, guitar right, bass, which we've already named here. Guitar left, guitar right, bass. So let's color these. Name color. Not sure what colors we should do. Since we already have the rainbow theme going on, maybe we should do just different colors of blacks and grays for these. So there's gray. Change color. Gray, but we'll darken it up just a hair. Okay. Here's another one. Let's do this one. Because these are all just grays, apparently. This one we can change color to white. It's our recording. Bam, that's our recorder. There's no real rhyme or reason to what I'm doing, but fuck it. Okay, so we want to take this one, and we're going to take it a little bit darker. That's our bus. Okay. Bass will also make really light again, because we're running out of colors. So let's go back up here. Bam, that's our bass. We can't read bass, but that's all right. We know that that's the bass. Okay, so bam, bam, bam. Now what we can do is go here, and we'll just start renaming stuff as well. So we are going to change the name, go to guitar left, bam. Here's change the name, guitar right, and then bass. So rename this one to bass. Boom. There we go. And let's do the same for these. So rename. Guitar left. Rename. Guitar right. And rename bass. Bam. There we go. So there's our guys here, which we might actually move all the way to the top. So let's move left. And bass. Okay. So there we go. So now our bass, guitar, and our left and right guitars and our bass are at the top here. Eventually for this, I might add some drums and some shit like that. Who knows? Juicy J, hello there. One of my... Wait. Juicy J says, hello, hello. That's one of my sci-fi mood sounds. Aliens in my backyard. You got me tripping, I'll tell you that. Hopefully all is well, Juicy J. I love your papers. And aren't you a rapper as well? Hey, man, that's a famous motherfucker here. You got the OG Juicy J in the house. All right. Well, yes, there's a bunch of funky shit going on. Hopefully all is well. We got a cat who will not let me be. We got a puppy right here who's just out of frame. Another kitty right here. We're smoking a bowl of some good hash. Aliens in the backyard. I've been seeing a lot of videos about that shit happening. I've been lucky or unlucky enough not to see any aliens, but that doesn't mean I don't believe them. All right. Bam. All right, what are we doing? We are splitting the channel. By that, we are taking all those separate ones and switching them out. Now we can start filling in all the colors of the rainbow. Bam. Hi-hat. Here's our Nexus. Our Toxic, because we did not do a serum, apparently. I could always make one. Oh, and Lab. So we're missing a few, but that's okay. So we can just take these. And for now, let's get them out of here. No creepy piano. Get it out of here. We could always add it later, or just get those out of the way. All right, so, and then poison. I don't think we have a poison, so nice, not many things to work with, but instead of different noises there, we got the guitars. So, which you can't really find a good emulator for that, but you also can't make them perfect unless... I could sit here and edit these and make them perfect. I really could, but that's stupid too. We'll just take it as it is. It doesn't need to be perfect. I like it. All right, so let's drop in the Venomfour20 thing. Tag, producer tag. Let's also, because I'm on because I'm already naming everything, let's go ahead and rename and color that as well. There we go. So that is what we got so far. All the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Close enough. All right, so this is with the guitars. So maybe our automation, I mean, I like keeping it at the bottom, but wherever these two guitars are, this should be with it. Because it's controlling the bus mix level to those reverbs. So that's basically it. It looks complicated sometimes, but it's not. And it's quicker that kind of stops being the case, the better. So here we are. Let's move it over here. Bam. Now, don't know what we're going to start with this one. I feel like the last one we did, it was a rock song that turned into a rap one. This one we might start with a rappier sound and have rock chorus. Something like that. Juicy, is that guitar program paid subscription? So the guitar program, this, which doesn't sound perfect right now, and oh yeah, we added this. So this would be just our guitars. It's actually my guitar. I actually just played that. It's my... what is... For my own sake, I want to talk this through too. What is it? DNA. Alright, so... It is my Epiphone Apparition tuned to C standard, running straight into a Harley Benton DNA GT multi-effects pedal set to the 24th preset. I think it's called like Pop Metal. Terrible name, but it's very good sounding, usually. Although something sounds off. That's okay, we're working with it. It's good enough. It's just not very... It's not what it normally sounds like. I feel like I misrecorded somehow. But it was fucking with me if you were watching. So there's a lot of things I've been fucking with. That's going into the Yamaha interface. So not too much color happening there. But then it's got this reverb happening. And I have it on an automation. So it's only happening during the breaks of it. So when it's open, it's reverb. When it's playing, it's not getting all muddied up. So there's a little bit of automation happening in it. Oh yeah, I did some effects on it too. So I have it bussed over to the bus. So I have an equalizer on it. I have this is like gluing it together. Pretty much, it's a whole thing. And then I have it at stereo expanded. So I do have quite a bit of stuff, because if I take all that off, it sounds different. So here it is. You can see how that's going on and off as it's on, just on the drags. So if I take all that shit off, Makes it a little more usable, especially. Oops. There we go. Um, so you brought up a pretty good point um, that I just kind of thought of. I personally think that me recording it badly, playing it badly, writing the riff in like 30 seconds. I did not put. This is all live. You can see how bad I fucked it up. Um, it still sounds as good as I feel I would ever expect, if not much better than any guitar program I've found. The biggest thing is double layering. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I have 2 layers of it. So there's a left and right pan, which I could make it even wider, but then I have a stereo expander to even kind of do this weird thing on its own, where it even, I guess, does it. I have always dug what it kind of does for something like this. I mean, everything has its own flavor that it needs. It's like a really hard death metal-y song. Would not have reverbs and shit in the middle, although that's pretty cool. I honestly haven't seen a lot of people doing what I just did today. Juicy J, I guess if you know how, then you know how. I would break my brains for 3 days trying to make something, and it would still sound like a dog after 2 beers and a bottle of milk in a restroom. Yeah, well, that was an interesting description of anything. I do know that I don't know. I do know that. So, like, I wish I was better, but doing this makes me better. So, like, today I already had to look at, where notes are, which I'm okay at, but, oh, I got a kitten in here. Let's see if I can get the kitten. Uh, Kitten. I'm not paying attention. But there is a kitten in here. Anyway, it helps me expand my knowledge, because, like, I'm having to find exactly where my notes were. You could have watched me do that. Because I'm also tuned to C standard, which is cool. And it works really well for doing music programs because everything's set to C, because C is C major on all the white chords. All these music theory things pop up, and it's really cool to have them. But there's also shit like I have my keyboard set to automatically do some scales for me, so it makes it a lot easier, especially when I'm on a keyboard itself. But the best way to do it would be to do it on the piano and learn those notes. Just like the guitar program, the best way to do it is to play it and eventually get it. It's not too hard. Although what I did was apparently too much for what I was doing at the moment. Like I said, it was a little glitchy, but I think it sounds fine. God, it's hard to pay attention with all the cuteness around here. I hope everything's okay. So, but I need to grab a drink of water really quick and make sure kitten's happy. Ugh. I will be back in 2 seconds. Love you more. I don't know how many more I'll do Alrighty. Oh, I had to make sure everything was okay. Token Pirate Loki. Cheers, everyone. Cheers indeed. Fuck yeah, man. I don't know if I've recognized that name. That's an interesting name for multiple reasons. Your name is Token Pirate Loki. Dude. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Cheers, buddy. I'll just call you the dude. No. Token Pirate. But cheers. Good to have you on. All is well on this end. I'm always happy when I'm making music and I got the puppy. I wish you would hop up. I wish you would hop up and say hello to everybody. There's the puppy. Now you get to see how awesome she is. Now you get to see how awesome she is. Do you see that puppy? Do you see how great that puppy is? Oh, that's a good puppy. Oh, she's interested in the giant jar of weed. You're interested in that huge jar of weed, aren't you? Oh, that's good puppy right there. She doesn't get much puppy time on the screen. No, she doesn't. All the cats and the steal it. But she is, oh, the best puppy. Thank you. Thank you, Phoenix. You're the best. If I had something to give her, I would, because that was great. Well, now the jealous cat has to pop in and say hey. All right. GCJ, a pair of Instagram influence girls are facing prison time, the minimum 10 years after allegedly getting caught with more than 200 pounds of cocaine. I've heard of shit like that. That almost sounds like something I heard quite a long time ago. And I don't know if it's the same ones, but I mean like years ago. Right when I wasn't using Instagram still. So, I've only been using it for maybe like 3-4 years, something like that. My band got me into it because I'm like, oh, I should. And the YouTube channel. Excuse me. My YouTube channel got me into it. So maybe like 4 or 5 years ago at the most. But, it's been out for a while. So before that, there was these two chicks. And they were posting about, like, being in other countries and shit. And, like, being on fucking yachts. And, like, I think they had, like, people in the backgrounds of, like, AKs and shit. And, like, yeah, through their Instagram story, they managed to find that they were smuggling drugs, like hundreds of pounds of cocaine. That sounds very... It's been a long time since I heard that. Like I said, I feel like I didn't even have Instagram when I heard that story. But, yeah, I feel you. I am all legal. So when I whip out anything, it's usually very all kosher, if you know what I mean. So no worries on my end of shit. I'm good. That is not my weed. Otherwise, I'd smoke more of it. I actually have some really bomb ass purple ass runts going on. I don't know if you can see that, but some good stuff. Nice thing about being in Colorado. Fucking cat though. Expect some cat hair on everything I fucking smoke if you ever smoke with me. But let's go ahead and load a bowl of this. And then we'll get back into making some music. But, normally I'm just streaming anyway, so fuck it. And this song is okay, but I almost feel like starting another song just for fun. I probably will after I stream, either way. Making music's all I really like to do. And when I'm not doing that, I've been working on lyrics for the band I'm in because I'm doing fucking heading to the studio here, like a actual studio, not this studio. Although this studio's sick as fuck. I love my studio. That's why I don't really, not super thrilled or excited about going to another studio. It's okay. I will enjoy it. I will take it for what it is. Dude looks like he's got more money put into it than I do, so that's cool. But I don't have money to put into it, and then we're paying that guy. So there you go. Juicy J, you should make a song called Cats and Smoke. So I could easily call the beat that. I could call this beat that. And we could call it Cats and Smoke Tonight, son. Until it's been written and, something else has been done to it. My progress is always, music first. Take that stem out of there. Music first, then lyrics, work on it from there. And then usually we'll see what happens. But naming beats is fine. The only thing I've noticed is if you name it something, sometimes it'll always have that flavor, even if you give it to someone else. If it's, when they read it, we take everything all at once. We really do. It's how things look, what things are labeled as. There's so much subliminal shit happening all the time. That's why I should just put like subscribe and shit like that in the background or something. because shit like that fucking works. I don't do it because I'm not a corporate Mongol son of a bitch. Mongol? Anyway, cheers, you mongrels. It's not bad. It's pretty good smoke. It's harsh. Have you ever had weed that gets harsh at the end? Like when you're cashing the bowl out, it's always like, I think that might have more to do with maybe the humidity of it, but first hit's good. Sorry, Zeke. All right. But yeah, one of the main reasons I love using the guitar and the bass, and oh yeah, that bass is actually a bass sound. My actual bass, even though this I really had a hard time with. Normally I can do my guitar in maybe within 10 takes. To be 100% realistic, that's not bad when you're learning it now. Bam, 10 takes later, and then I'm trying to do doubles and shit like that. I'm not the world's best guitar player by any means, but bass player, I'm halfway decent at. So a lot of the problems like I'm having tonight is malfunctions on the computer and with the actual bass itself. But this is our bass tone. My add. Those look to be the same, okay? But I want to take some of that. So that's none. That sounds good to me. I don't want it flooded. It's a little naked. Sounds good to me. All right. So, Juicy J, how do you find inspiration to start something new where ideas... Wait. I hate my shit so hard to read. There's like a little thing right there. There we go. How do you find inspiration to start something new? Where comes the ideas to start anything without not repeating what's around already? So I think that you're always going to have a little bit of a problem repeating yourself if you're working in the same medium as everybody else. Even you'll start to notice all my songs start to sound alike because I have this template that all these sounds are very, like these colored ones, those are all my go-tos. But one easy way to start switching shit up for me is I have a lot of these sounds. Now, I've been collecting shit for years on these sounds, and I still don't use that many, which is funny. But like you could always come in here and change up our clap. So my clap right now is, I use that a lot. So let's go ahead and switch it. Bam. Not that I think that that will like magically change it, but that switches it up a little bit. That's just an example. But if you're using the same program, that's why I'm not a huge fan of like jumping over to Pro Tools, is because like I don't know, it's just everyone starts to sound the same. Being obsessed with the lines on here, this grid, that will make you sound like everybody else because everybody wants it, and I could easily do that. I was just talking about that. If I wanted to, I could go in here, start cutting things up. Oops, stop that. I could start cutting things up and fixing it. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't end very good, so I could go here. I could make this one unique, I could shift to stretch, and I could just see that. I just fixed it. Let's hear that together. Now, that might not have fixed it perfect. I might have had to have gone in here, cut it again, and only fixed this last little bit, because maybe the whole thing was fine up until that happened. So I could then just go here and just shift that little bit. So there's no, you know what I mean? So now that's more closer. See, there's another one that was fucked up. Like this one needs to be out a little, or I could just, in vocals are the same way, where I could just sit here and fuck with shit all day. I don't do it because you start sounding overproduced, but that's what people want too. It's funny. You gotta find this balance. I personally think that I've been a little bit blessed that I have more ideas than I have talent. So I give me any instrument and music just starts kind of flowing. Juicy J, too much extra, I guess. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But now here we are. We're starting to put stuff together. I think it's good to have an idea of what you want to sound like. Personally, I think one of the best things you can do is be like, oh, I want it to sound like this song. And then try to make that song, and you'll realize it sounds nothing like it when you do it. Mostly because you don't know how to do it like they do it. That's my case, where I'm like, fuck. And a lot of it, the bands and shit I like, there isn't exactly tutorials of it on YouTube, so I have to try. And then I'm like, damn, that sounds nothing like it. I like what it sounds like, though. That's where the uniqueness comes out. Because you're trying to do one thing, or even two things, and then you have your own, you're making your own path, you know? You're taking combinations of things. Yeah. But plugins and shit are a trap. There's problems with the guitar too, where you'll find you're like, how do I not sound like everyone else? How do I break out of the box of this one spot? And I don't know, it gets hard. So my mom just texted me and she said, so I gave her some tincture I had made of the weed, and she said she got fucked up on it. I'm glad. I drank like, do I have it here? I drank so much of that shit, and I'm like, I don't taste nothing. I don't get high on edibles and on fucking tincture, and I'm scared that when I do, I'll have had so much that I'll have a full out of body experience or something. All right, so what we're gonna do is start putting this song together, because I've already been fucking around a long time. This is the hardest, yet not. You know, it's just one of the more complex parts of it, or where I start getting sometimes a little confused, or you know, I've always it's always steps. So the first step is just to make a goddamn this, where it just sounds like this. You know, it's playing through. And usually it's half this length, but it's doing this. So normally it's going like that. And it starts, okay, what do I do from there? And then you add the kick or something, and you're like, and then you're like, okay, where do I go from there? That's my problem. And then I realized, oh, you need to separate them all into channels. Where you go from there? Oh, you need to pick which ones go where. And, you know, there was no real hard tutorial, which maybe I should work on a little bit more, because I really would have appreciated it. All right. Jay, is there a market for guitar music like hip hop, like in hip hop for beats? I don't know. That's the key. That's the key. Failing leads to success, but mostly, not mostly, but sometimes does. Failing forward is something I really like that term. You need to fail forward. You can fail and just stop, or you can stumble, you know, and then catch your feet, and you know, you might have be even farther than you would have been if you would have kept your stride. So failing forward is a huge thing. I think that's important. Is there a market for guitar music and beats? Do you hear it often? I don't, so I don't think it's the most sought after thing, no. But that's all right. Wait, okay. Where are we? Why is this happening? Oh, we want the song. That's why. Okay, so. Man, that's really quiet on that. Oh, that's off. So that's just some trippy shit I guess I added in. So that might be a good time to do something like that and add in our producer tag. So let's make sure this is on, I think it's 13, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, I've never noticed that. God, I'm an idiot. All right, so cool. So it's hard to go wrong with 808 and snare. Oop, if we can put it in the right spot. It's not bad. Let's add that in halfway though. Oops. God damn it. There we go. And I accidentally did this one. Oh, huge. Let's bring that back to where it should be. There we go. So one thing about doing 16-bar melodies is they're not really set up for this very well. But that's okay. We're going to make it work. So we can start bringing things in halfway. We don't have a lot going on here. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and move. Oops, god damn it. Be a little less sloppy. And we're moving shit over. Okay. Bam. You got anything left in this pipe? Not really. Here's some of the not so good hash I made for a friend. The hash turned out good. I'm not gonna lie. My hash turned out good. I'm good at that. It wasn't the best stuff to start with. Then he pressed it, and it didn't turn out very good pressing it. So it was interesting. And now I'm smoking it because it wasn't what we had hoped it was going to be. But that's okay. I'm trying to fix that. There we go. It's still good hash. So cheers, everybody. Juicy J, I found your channel through the tutorial on how to make hash from pollen, from the keef, yeah. So, most people, that's where you're going to find me. That was my super popular video. It was because it was before I got super shadow banned on YouTube. And it was also right before they were super strict on the algorithm that picked up cursing and certain keywords like weed and drugs. And so when I say those words, I'm automatically banned from anybody who isn't logged in and claim that they're over 18. And it'll also, they don't like people talking about weed, without a doubt. So that's just how it is. All right, so we are going to do this. We're going to do that. Add that in, and we're going to add labs in. So again, we should not be naming things that you don't understand. So like this should be orchestra. This should be synth. This should be a synth sequencer progression or something really descriptive, so that when you're handing it to your mixing engineer, he knows exactly what the fuck that is. Juicy J, laws against humanity in these days. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I feel you. I felt that way forever though, so I'm pretty bad about that. Okay, I also want to add in, oh no, let's do this here. Let's add a little break. Just 1 bar break right there to break things up a little, add a little build and release there. This is 16 bars. So if you want a 16-bar intro or verse, a very typical rap verse, that's it. So then we will start adding in some stuff. Let's just see how we're sounding. So let's start the whole thing over. We're at the song, beginning of the song. Let's save it and hear what we got. So that's a lot to add in all at once. First off, the labs is a little high. So let's turn that down and hold off on that. I wonder what would happen. Hold up. If I turn off the scratching. Oops, got him opening everything. So if I turn off the scratching on Nexus, how does that sound? So those both, let's actually, hold on. Go here, make unique, go down. Even one more. Put super low on that part. So what I'm doing there is I'm just copying these. So that's, instead of dragging it, I'm copying it, dragging it over here, making it unique, and creating a copy of it. So this is number 2, this is 1. So we've added another one over here. That's exactly it. And then I've dropped the octave super low and turned off the gross beat, which is too much during that part. So what we're actually going to do is go to 22, which I think is our next empty one. And we're going to go here. So this is it, right? Yeah, so we're going to clone this one as well. We're going to put this one to 22. It gets a little complex here, but it needs to be done. So this is the exact replica of that one. We're changing what channel it's going to by putting it to 22. We're removing it from here, adding it here. Okay. So now, instead of being over here, it's over here, and we've changed what channel it came from. Now we need to change this. I like to... we can just do the color then. Let's not make it too hard. All right, wait, we did 22, right? Should be 22. Make sure I did that right. Again, complex. Yep, 22. Okay, did it right. And now we're going to go to Mixer Channel 22, and we're going to rename this one to Nexus. Do we have Nexus? We don't. So let's bring this up real quick. And we'll rename. Okay, and when you okay it, you've now put it here. Sorry, I don't even know if you can see all this that I'm doing. This is just, when I go to name things, I'm bringing up windows outside of Fruity Loops that you can't see. But that's okay. So there we go. We change it. Change the color ever so slightly. I don't know. Some weird shit's been happening in this one. Because when I go to my hi-hat, I feel like my hi-hat has been shifted super low. Just C6. No, it's the clap. Whatever. It's doing some trippy shit. Anyway, that's fine. And it's weird that this is going to turn into, like, guitars and shit. Like I said, I like to be extremely weird, apparently. Without even trying. So let's add some shaker halfway into this. And then let's take... Hey, what you bumping me for? So the weird thing is my 808, my automation clip for some reason is connected to my 808, which that shouldn't happen either. But we got a puppy here, and that's good. That's good. Which should be fine because I'm only going to bring that up there. Let's go ahead and... Oh, punches. Punches, she says. Punches. Let's take off the 808 for there. Oh, what is it? Okay. Alright. Oh, what is it? What is it? Let's see what this weird song is happening. I will say this is a wacky sack of shit happening here. It's there, but you don't see it like a simple fire and menthol. Start should sound like some Indian car reviewer channel intro. Indian car reviewer channel. You send me a link that I can record, and I'll make it happen. That's easy. Easy enough. Subliminally put it in there. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, this song makes no fucking sense. This isn't working. I will admit that. I had a feeling that this wasn't going to work at some point. But that's okay. It was still fun to do some of this shit. It's mostly that. I think that's just going to be an intro thing. And then we'll go into something like that. And that. Has to sound more like that to work. Alright, so that's more what it needs to be. I don't know what the fuck it was turning into there. So something more like that, maybe. Then we can something like that and make this one unique and maybe bring it up higher. Something like that. Alright. Yeah, this one's rough, I'm not gonna lie. That's alright. Still funny. Why does that go away? What's happening? Like, why's my clap or something going away? What's happening here? Oh, Ziggy, you're killing me over here. That's what's happening. See, there was some weird shit going on with this one as well. Alright, so we need to go to our piano roll. Ah, see? There we go. So it needs to... Hey. There we go. Alright, so this needs some convoler. Yep, something like that. It's getting a little bit more acceptable. Alright, so... Juicy J, you can play some cool Tetris to that type of beat. I get a lot of fucking video game references about my music. That's I've heard that a lot. That it would do really well for a video game. It sounds like it's from a video game. You should, yeah. I would love to make music for video games. That's for sure. That's where the money's at. But I don't know how to get in on it. Obviously, I could do it, and if they gave me a cool computer to work with and a budget, I'd murder that shit. Right now, this song's fucked up as it is because it was glitching hard on me. It's not that bad. I also just tried making something from scratch really quick. Oh, I could have put a little more effort in easily, but I'm trying not to put too much into this funny song. Oh yeah, okay, that's one thing that's fucked. So that guitar should have that. Anywhere there's a guitar, there should be that thing. Okay, so there we go. Not that it's a big deal, but... So we could have that start clapping. See, that clap's doing that shit too. Something happened with my clap and my snare where, yeah, it's all fucked up. And I don't know if I want it that low either, but whatever. And something's off on them all too, so... So let's go ahead and do all... now my computer's just... A lot of this is my computer completely freaking out and freezing, apparently. Oh yeah. The computer is not happy. What have you done? It says. Alright, so there we go. And now it's off, but that's alright. GCJ, it's fine. It's not bad at all. It got better. For a minute there, it was sounding like shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting a little worried for a second. I'm like, oh man, this sounds fucking terrible. It was. See, that's the That's the difference between putting wrong things in the wrong spot for 1 fucking second. I swear to God. That's that Donald Duck kiwi strawberry all day. Dollar store up in this bitch. It's interesting. Didn't ever think I'd be drinking Donald Duck juice. But here we are, 2023. Yeah, the chorus sounds pretty cool with everything going on. I don't think I'm going to remove much. I might take off snare and just keep the... Let's hear that sound. I don't know about that. Yeah, I kind of like both of them. I like to cut like one thing off, usually. So that kind of a little bit. So I like how this break and stuff is sounding. That's all cool. Might end. Something like that. Let's see how that sounds. Once we go on back into the verse. So what we can start doing is we can I'll name the first one the intro. Bam. So there we go. I would say that it's not going to let me do much, is it? All right, so where is it? All right, so that was our intro. Here's our verse 1. Bam. Here's the bridge, but I don't need to add those for now. And that's verse 2. Because sometimes the bridge kind of becomes part of the verse. Okay. There's... Wait. Whoops. Yeah. Rename. Making that the hook. So we got verse, and then we got the hook. Now we're back into the verse 2. Might do another, we'll see how this comes out, maybe. Let's clone this half, put it into there. Let's take the guitar and put it in and drop the labs and see what happens, something like that. And maybe back. Yeah, let's try that. All right. So from the last half, I guess we could do the last 4 bars of the. Actually no, yeah, this last half. Okay. Oops. I mean, that's not bad with that. With that gap. I didn't mean to put that there, but I could always put an effect there or something. Happy mistakes. Maybe I can put a build and a slap in there. Let's see if that fixes, Because I don't hate that little, and it'd be cool to put a different kind of transition than just right into it. So let's see. All right, so we could even maybe make it a little longer if we need to. But we are going to go to our vengeance, the old trusty vengeance effects. Let's go ahead and do a down. Let's just go with the first one we found. And then we will reverse it because I do want it to be an up sweep, I believe. Let's start with an up sweep. So we're just going to reverse it. I usually think it's a little too much, so we're going to do that. We're going to put number 14, I believe it is. No, number 15, or sound effects 1. So hopefully that won't be too loud. Yep, nice and low. And we will link that there. Yep, that'll be cool. Needs an impact, though. So, sound effects 2. Impacts. We're just going the first shit we find tonight. Let's just do that, huh? So, that's usually a little much, so I want to take down the initial. We're going to put it to 16, which is our sound effects 2. I usually have a preset of like 3, and we can add more as we need to. This is our recording. Alright, so let's hear how that sounds. Where are we on that? Let's turn this one down. Usually the impacts are a little loud. Alright, so from the last one, from the end of the hook into the beginning of the verse. Wonder if there's anything I could do to spice up this bass when it's in this area alone. Alright, so we are, let's go ahead and make this one unique. Right, so we just cloned that one, I believe. So we can go to our effects and we can clone that one too. So what do we need? 22. Yep. I don't think we have anything on 23 yet. This is our base. Yep. So let's go ahead and we're going to take, oops, shit. Cannot replace that. Whatever I just did, I fucked. Alright, so let's rename it at least. Get it back to where it was. Base. That sucked. That's okay. I kind of remember where it was. So we're going to delete that. Delete that. Delete that. God damn it. We had the not that. Let's replace that. Man, that sucked. Alright, but fortunately I know what I'm doing. In the sense that I knew it was somewhat here. I turned that up. I had this up a little bit. I think my level is down ever so slightly. And effects on high. I think it was roughly there. Sucks. Alright, and then we had the equalizer. Our M equalizer, but I turned it down to about 13%, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and put the preset. Bass. 13%? God, our debt was it 30? I think it was like 30. Let's go right in between and do like 20. No, because I didn't like how that sounded, so I think it was 30. I remember now. Let's go there. I think that's roughly it. That sounds very similar. So what I meant to do was go to File, save track as, and you can just drag it, and we've cloned everything from this one to that. Bam. It's exact same. I can change it to bass solo, and we will move this one here to bass solo. So now, when it's on by itself, we can do something to spice it up. I don't know what. Let's shut all this shit. There we go. So we don't have a bunch of crap opened up. There we are. Go away. There. So bass solo 23 is going to be... Well, we got add to bass to make it a little spicier. Sometimes I like this. These are kind of fun, like the space modulating stuff. Let's see what it... Just fucking around. Stop. Shut up. Sick. And now it's only on this bass too. So all normal. And can we lengthen this out? Oops. I think that's pretty awesome sounding. Definitely not typical rap sounds. Like I said, I've never worried about too much about sounding like other people. Or typical whatever sounds. It's not very typical. So let's go ahead and do that. And then add that, and let's see if the guitar starts working with it. Well, the computer is officially not happy with me once we get into this area. So, see how it's going red and flipping out up there? That means I have reached the capacity of what my computer wants to do. Cats and smoke definitely on that stamps. Yeah, I could definitely do that with all the kitty action up in here. I almost got the kitten up in here. But yeah, you got it. This one will be named. Let's save it as that right now. Save as Song 87. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that. But it is Cats and Smoke. So now you can see it. No, you can't see it. All right, so you can't see it, but I can see it. Cats and Smoke. Just because, again, any window that pops out, you won't see them. Which is probably good, I guess. But that way I can open up my settings and shit, and you don't have to see all that. All right. There we go. Got the cat. Got our smoke. We'll load another little bowl of hash here in a minute, because that's my faves. Or do a dab. That's probably the easiest now that I got the cat on me. That E-nail is where it's at. Still got a quartz bowl on it, but E-nail is where it's at. All right, so. Oh, yeah, so that's too much. That's too much chorus. I don't want that much. So we want to take that out. Might take that out too. So let's take this whole thing, drop it back. That. There we go. That's better. I don't think we need that much chorus. Usually I'm doing much shorter parts. So we are going to add a marker there. Bridge. We're going to add a marker right here. First two. There we go. So there we are. That's a little bit better. So now intro, verse, bridge, which can be part of the verse, hook, verse. So let's get that bridge again. So there we go. Let's do something different, and we'll just drop it all. But this, we'll go to this one, make this one unique. Believe this one's really low. Let's go really high. Let's see what happens here. And then that just needs to be there, right? Okay, so and this will be bridge 2. All right. Let's take it from verse. Alright, let's make sure everything's turning off. So switch to smart disable for all plugins. So I might be able to get away with listening to this if I turn off that. Let's try that. So that's my mixer, which it sucks to have that off. But it takes a lot of power, so let's reset that. You can't hear that at all by itself. So we will zoom out of that. Let's go ahead and change the velocity a bit. First off, all of those should be a little bit, oops, hang up there. Alt-R. Oh, no, we don't want randomizer. Oh, wait, yeah, we do. So we want just our levels to be a little bit off on all these. Okay, so first off, we want to do that. Then this one we need your velocity, and I want this one to be really high on this part. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to our pattern, see where we're at. Fun times. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, I just want to see how this bridge is sounding. Cool. And then I'll go back into that. Something like that. And then we can look again. So, oops. Don't want that. We want to clone that. There we go. I guess I could have just... Anyway, it's fine. There we go. Hook, verse, bridge. Pretty much like that. Yeah. Then we'll go back into the chorus from here. This time, let's go ahead and do the bass again. Let's do that second bass into the normal bass. Let's do a kick at the beginning and take out the 808. Let's take out the labs. My cat's meowing. And then let's add in maybe that scratch again, because we haven't done that. Maybe it'd be cool finally here. Oh wait, I had two Nexuses. I had Nexus 2, yeah. I want to start adding that in, because I don't think we've done that. Yeah, forgot to do that. So let's add Nexus in to this last piece, and then we will add a combination of both bridges to the end. So do that one. Then we will do this one. And which is actually just the two different labs is the only thing. We'll just put them together. We'll call this one Labs 3. Just so we are super, super duper on our shit on labeling. Let's do that. And we'll just, yep, that's fine. Put it there. It's only on once. So there we go. Cool. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. And we will maybe do a volume tweak. Oh yeah, we need to put these everywhere. There's goddamn. There we go. Everywhere that the guitar is needs one of these. There we go. Nope. Needs one here. And doesn't need one here. Not that it matters, but so we got 3, 4, and 1. Looks about right to me. So let's shrink that down so we can see it all, what we're looking at. Let's change this color. Enter. We'll change this color. Oops. Cancel. We'll change the color. Enter. There we go. And we'll shut that down. Cool. Bam. So how long is this? 3 minutes. That's about what I like to see. So, and we'll let it drag. At least, let's do like that. See how that works. So what is that? It's 301. So that's about a song. And so that'll be hook. This will be, that'll be verse 3. 3 and outro. And we might be done. If it sounds good to me, we'll call it a day. So let's shrink that up even more. There we go. It's good enough. Cool. All right, so oops. Huh. Okay, I just accidentally did that. Okay. Look, what is it, kitty? What's cool? Oh, there's a cat. Want on this too? Everybody want on? Let's say you're about to see the old panda do the double. Sometimes she'll get on with Ziggy like on top of him. All right, so we are going to load up. Meow meow. We're gonna load up some hash here. We are going to listen to the song and see what we have created. We are going to add at least one dip. Oh, kitty kitty in the second chorus to add a little variation between the two choruses. I mean, slightly. We do everything we can to add little switch ups and shit. Is really nice. So maybe on this bridge we'll have a snare. That way, when we do the combination thing I wanted to do at the end for the outro, we can do both. Because now that is the combination of both. So one has a clap, one has a snare. So that's cool. All right. I think we're ready to give this thing a listen to and fuck with probably some mixing a little bit now. Which is fucked because we're not listening to it how we need to listen to it with the with my main mixer on. Yeah, I have it just set to my typical trap, which is a good preset, obviously, for what I'm doing. Let's reset here. Yeah, because it gets loud with that, yeah. Let me see if it plays. Seems like it's gonna work. Alright, so let's save it. Because it's always good to be saving. Pull the cat hair out of our mouths. Do a quick dab. Load a quick hash bowl. And let's finally hear what we got. I forget. Let's go to Project, Tools, Options, View. Somewhere in here. It's been a long time since I've done this. Audio settings, project. Advanced. Circular time base. Info. There we go. So we have spent 3 hours and 34 minutes on this project. A little bit longer than I would have liked to. But that's okay. So that's all our info. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. So I have brought up a new window. And there we go. Got a good hash bowl loaded now. But yeah, I can see that I've spent 3 hours, 3.5 hours. And they have a lot of different styles of music. But I bet they don't have trap metal, I guess it would be. Something like that. I don't even know. It is what it is. Ziggy says shut up. Alright. There we go. Let's go ahead and give it a listen, and I'll do a little bit of mixing, especially now we've added back in my mixer. It's going to be really funky on the levels of all the volumes. Oh yeah. Let's get a dab of this stuff again. This was nice. Take a drink of this. The old duck juice. And we will dab it up. Cheers, everybody. Not bad. Definitely needs a couple of effects here and there. But we have the outline of a song. It hit 3 hours. What more could you expect? We could technically add some lyrics really fast and do the whole thing tonight if we wanted. I'm just saying, technically, if you're in a hurry and you have ideas, that's how quick we could make something happen. I personally, especially to this song, it's a miracle that it even turned out halfway as decent as it did. Ever so slightly. What do I want to do? I want to add a little bit of those atmospheres. Atmos. Something. Jesus fucking Christ. Just a little something during this. Yep, pretty much right there. Let's see how that sounds right where I put it. Unintentionally. Put that down to our effects. These two guys are in the wrong spot. Those need to be down in effects. So that's our basic, all our little sound effects. I could just do more and more and make it bigger and bigger, but I like to keep it all a little easier to see. So also there was no drop during this. So let's see how it sounds just with the Atmos. Sounds really cool. Little shit like that will make a song. I ended up being okay. Not too terrible. Um, there's little things I'm sure I could add here and there. Like I said, you'd be surprised how much these little atmospheres is what that's trying to say is little shit like that will do a lot. I have some other cool ones I like to use sometimes. My sound effects. Too much shit that I don't even use. Most of it's just a bunch of free, goddamn packs that people made by recording like one hits of all these people and put them together because they're not legit packs. And the ones that are, I didn't ever want or pick. So anyway, point being is there should be right here sound effects. There we go. So I like opening up some of these. Sometimes let's just pull all the cool. See, there's just cool stuff. So I like seeing what I got. And this is why I can do a lot of commercials and music videos and shit like that because I have everything. I could do it all. So cool stuff. All right, so but we want. I was thinking, I just want like on the beginning. Excuse me. Let's do something like that. Very subtle. We'll make it 24. We'll call it sound effects 4. 4. We'll lighten it up ever so slightly. Enter, Alt, over. There we go. Because we want everything super clean. There we go. A little bit louder, but not much. There we go. Something stupid, but I wanted to do it. And then what I really wanted was at the end, what was I thinking again? I was thinking of something. Yeah. Right there. Let's go ahead and put that on. Same one, just to be easy. Let's do a little bit of wind. That's plenty. And we'll put that one on Might have to do a new one for this one. Alright, 25, and keep that one super low. Some wind, and we will rename. We'll do this one Sound Effects 5. And we'll lighten it up ever so slightly. And we got ourselves the next one. So then we all, there we go. Bam. Oops. There we go. We want this thing. Juicy J is going to work. Well, Juicy J, till next time, man. I'm about done anyway, so you caught pretty much all of it, so appreciate you. So we are going to add an automation clip to the volume. We are going to rename that one, rename this one to automation, and change the color to white. We're going to actually open that, and we are going to, right at the outro, we'll start it. Oops. Type in value, which should be 80, which is the starting point. And then we go down here. Let's have it kind of do that sort of thing. There we go. So now we can close that. See how that outro sounds. So it should have a fading volume up here. There we go. Might put a little bit of a curve on the opener too, while we're here with this. What just happened? I group them together or something stupid? Why can't I open this? Alright. Let's take a look at, oh, yeah. Alright. It's hard to see with this stupid white on. Alright, so paste. Let's just type it in. 80. This guy here. And we will reverse that. Yeah, you can't see shit. Let's go ahead and edit. Let's do view. There we go. Let's edit. Switch that color so I could actually see something, but it's not important. I made it this far with that, it's not important. Alright, let's close this one back up, close this one back up, and now let's see how that beginning sounds. Yep, that sounds good to me. Alright, so there we go. There we are. That's basically it. Yeah, these things never came back. So we just get those out of the way so we don't confuse them. Because this ended up being plenty of stuff going on. So, how we Shut that one too. All right, cool. And so right into the verse. Gentle. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Somehow, some way, we made that fucking thing into a song that was halfway listen toable. Not sure how, but we did it. Put a lot of production into it, that's for sure. Well, for the short amount of time we were doing it. So, fun things. Yeah. I thought it turned out okay. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's passable. My goal is always to make something quick and that we could just produce today. My goal is to be more of a production machine in this room. Everything's very streamlined. Let's cut it. Let's get it. You know what I mean? You want to do weird stuff, obviously. I try to do as much weird stuff as possible, too. You know, bring weird shit in there, but it's you know, I got my formulas and shit that I try to keep to so we can make something quickly. But yeah, it's fun to do these things. So we're gonna save this one. Yeah, that was good. All right, and then let's go ahead and rewind, and we're gonna take a look at what we did. I believe I did one in between. So let's go to this one here. Sorry, I'm not reload a whole nother project that I promised that we would listen to at least one time through. It was the one that I made a couple of nights ago. I actually deleted the stream because it aggravated me so much. It was just skipping so much, my program, which I seem to have fixed, because it's not doing it tonight. But, let's see if this one's it. So we have a different project in. Let's close all this crap. There we go. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this is not it. Don't know what this is. This is something else. So let's it's gotta be 80. Oh, so it's gotta be 85. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot that I double named that last one we just made. I named it twice, so that's gonna make sense. So I need to go 2 back, not 1 back. Cats and smoke. Sorry, these are things that you can't see me doing, but I'm going through all my files here. All right, so this is what we made a couple of nights ago, but we were unable to listen to it. Although the colors already look wrong, I thought it was gonna be green that we were fucking with that night. So it might be one. It's very loud. I'll say that. Alright, so we need to go to 84. Jeez. See, I'm always making music anyway. Oh, you're a wet puppy. Is it raining? It's been raining for days in Denver. Fucking all month. It's a wet puppy, but she got a raincoat on. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. God, that's a cute puppy and a cute kitty. Alright, I think this is the one. Ow! I didn't realize that this Oh, you got a punch? You gotta punch me? What you punching me for? Oh, I love you too. We all love you too, Phoenix. We all love you too. Alright, so here's the song I was looking for. I don't know why I swore I had changed the colors to this. Oh, alright, sorry, I'm trying to figure something out here. View, shadow. It should be color somewhere in here. Oh, well, grid color. There we go. Let's darken this back up. So this should be here, and I usually just like to take some of that color out. Okay, there we go. Now we can see what we're doing. So here's the song that we worked on. What you call it? A couple nights ago, but it was fucking with me so bad that I couldn't handle it. Color and boom. There we go. Good enough. All right, so let's give this a listen to while we're at it, because I wanted to do that when it wasn't skipping, so we could actually hear what the fuck we made the other night. Well, this is what we made the other night in like under an hour, so 1/3 of the last thing we did, but that one was... Tonight we've been fucking around all night, apparently. I already forgot it. There we go. So yeah, that was that. That was that one. Turned out okay. Well, I think that about does it. Yeah, man. Hopefully, shit is going well with everybody. Tomorrow, I might do a little bit of a live stream with no music, which I'm sure might be a good thing for some who aren't into the music as much. I've just been enjoying doing this, and it keeps me on my toes and thinking, and sometimes when I explain things out loud, it helps me remember exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because I have to tell you, so why am I doing it? Well, there's my reasoning. Yeah, man. Hopefully things will continue to go well. If nothing else, I like making music. Everything else can go to shit, but that's why I figured share what I really like with everybody. So cheers. But yeah, this one should be fun. It was fun to do, even though it was a little frustrating. Not this song that we're listening to. This song was unbelievably frustrating because it was glitching the whole time I was trying to make the motherfucker. But yeah, who knows what we'll do next time. We might not have any of this electronic-y trap sound. We might stick to just a recorded song, although that was really rough tonight. It was really hard to record the guitar. So if I can get that a little smoother while streaming, but it seems like it hasn't glitched on me since. So whatever happened, it's going pretty good now. So I'll take it. But I think with that, we will call it a night. I much appreciate all you guys. Make sure to take it easy, and we will see you guys soon. And maybe tomorrow we'll just hang out and smoke some weed. So, alright guys, later's on.